Hi everyone, Teresa Aker here from Success Diaries with Teresa Aker. I'm happy today to bring you Mike Matney. He's going to talk about his life story. Hi Mike, how you doing today?
Good morning, Teresa. Thank you for having me on.
Good, I'm so glad you're here. So Mike, let's start in the beginning. What are we going to talk about today that's going to help everyone?
Well, it's I'm a musician and I live in a rural community in Southwest Virginia, and trying to trying to get my music out there, trying to be heard and everything. And it's been a lifelong struggle, and I've had some success with it, and I'd like to tell you about it today.
We want to hear all about it. Mike, we're always encouraging artists who are trying to make it.
Great, great. Um, just to get started, like I said, I'm from a small coal mining town in Southwest Virginia, and a musician. I grew up. My mom was a piano player in the Baptist church, and I was always around music, and started taking piano lessons when I was a young fella, first grade, really. And I've always been around music. I started playing guitar when I was about 8. Um, I've always in bands and stuff in high school, and my parents knew that I had a thing for music, and they supported me. And when I was 18 years old, they got me an apartment in Nashville, and I got to go to Nashville and play. And
That's
I
nice.
got to yeah, I got to meet a lot of people there. And uh, anyway, when I came home from Nashville, it was about six months to a year later. I came back home, and I started working in a little record store here in town. And the guy would had a little small recording studio in the back of the record store, and he would let me go in there every evening and record. And so it was this little 4-track recorder, and I saved up my yard mowing money, and we had like 250 albums pressed up, and we gave them away, and sold a few here and there and everything. Well, flash forward like 10 years later. This was like 1980, and flash forward like 10 years later, and I get a call. Uh, from a friend of mine who happens to be a record collector. And he said, Mike, do you have any more of those albums? And I said, no, I don't personally. He said, well, if you can find him, he said, I'll give you $50 a piece for him. And I was like, whoa. So I got gathered up a few, went to see him, and he showed me when I got there a collector's list where the album was selling for like $125 a copy from like all over the world. And it made its way out there, sort of a rarity. Flash forward to today, it's over 1,000 and some dollars a copy. And I've got signed by two different record labels and got to tour the country a couple of times, and got several things going on now due to that.
That's fantastic, Mike. So are
Uh,
you a solo singer or are you in a band? Talk to us about that.
Okay, well, the name of the album was called. It was the '80s now. It was called White Boy and the Average Rat Band, and that was. I actually did all the instruments and recorded, but I got some guys around here to play with me when we played out live, and so that was that band. And if you flash forward to now, I just recorded an album 2 years ago with Stevie Salas, and with Stevie Salas, and I don't know if you know who Stevie Salas
Yeah.
is or not. Okay, yeah, yeah, he's pretty big time, and so me and him did an album together, and right now we're out pushing that, and my band that I'm meeting with in Austin, they're all handpicked by Stevie, and we're getting ready to start doing some shows this year, getting out. We got
Mike,
some
what's the name of
festivals
the
coming up.
album, my friend? What's the name?
Okay, this is Stevie titled the album "The Redneck and the Red Man."
The Redneck and the Red Man. And is that
Yeah,
on, can we find that on YouTube and all over social media?
ev- everywhere, social media, YouTube. I've got a website, Matney.rocks.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect.
so
So what kind of have you changed your type of music since you started singing or you're the singer, right? Let me qualify that.
yes, yes, ma'am. For the White Boy, that's a great question. The White Boy and the Average Rat Band album was heavy metal. It was metal.
Thank you.
Uh,
Thank you.
and as I've progressed, or I've gotten older, of course, my tastes have changed, my styles changed a little bit. And the stuff I did with Stevie, that's more. funky Texas blues, swampy
Oh, some
sounding.
blues in there.
Yeah. And so also, I mean, what I, if it's okay, what I like to talk about a little bit is I've always, in my area that I live in, I've always been surrounded by bluegrass and traditional music and stuff. And I told you I was raised in church and everything. So later in life, I started writing some gospel stuff. And
Oh,
so,
very nice.
yeah, and I've had um, a little bit of success with it, not financial success, but a couple of the videos that I've done and everything have really, I won't say went viral, but they really got out there. Uh, and so, you can find that stuff on my YouTube channel and everything too. So, just different directions a little bit right now. But
Perfect.
I really want to focus on the gospel this year. With the rock stuff last year, I was up for a Grammy. We got it. We were considered for a Grammy. We didn't get nominated, but this year I would really like to push the gospel and try to go that route
Wow, that's
along with the rock stuff.
yeah, because so I realize you have to sort of have a niche of where you're going with music. I couldn't sing a lick if anyone asked me. I couldn't do it. So I appreciate good talent, Mike.
Well,
But from there, so I know you had an album and now you want to do the gospel. So that's very interesting.
thank you.
So first let's not confuse it. You have an album out right now, so we want to
Mhm.
take a look at that. I'm going to make sure all your information's down here. And
Sure.
you want to do gospel. Are you looking at getting recorded with gospel music or going to churches? What is your plan there?
Well, I mean, I really just want to put an album out. My goal this year, I just cut two songs in Nashville last week, and
Oh,
Michael Lusk sang on one. He's got the number 6 on iTunes right now, country. And my brother-in-law plays drums for the Little River Band. He sung on it too for me, and uh, all I did was wrote it. So I have an idea for this year to do an album where I just want to write the songs. I want other guys to do the music. I want to get some traditional players, like some bluegrass players, and then these guys from Nashville and stuff, and kind of mix it up. And I just want to do an album like that.
so you want to be
And
the
I
writer. You're not necessarily wanting to be on the album as a singer.
get, yeah, those guys are very good at what they do, and
Good.
I'm not that great at that style as far as a player and singer. So I would rather get somebody that's could do justice to the work.
Wonderful. So now do you have writings now? Like do you have albums or sorry, I guess songs that you've written that you're ready to kind of put out there?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm working with a guy in Canada now, Joe Clark, and we're working on some stuff, some traditionals. He's kind of the bluegrassy guy I'm working with, and I'm working with Jay Vernelli in Nashville. He's got a studio in Music Row. He's my buddy, and he's helping me with the more southern gospel sound and stuff. So we're kind of trying to mix it up a little bit, and I want to have kind of both things on the album.
Oh, that sounds good. Like again, I'm not privy to the music world, but I absolutely appreciate that you guys have a lot of work and a lot of effort and a lot of, tries to get out there. So, kudos to you, Mike. I know it's a long process to get to where you want to go.
Well, uh, it's been a lifelong thing. I mean, I went to school for recording industry management in Nashville, so I mean, I've got my bachelor's in that, and I've also got another degree in music. So it's been something that I've had, and I've did internships on the road and everything. So I've always been into it. But right now, I'm not. I can see where I want to be from where I'm at right now, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, no,
Uh,
that's good.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of work to it, and a lot of promotion, and a lot of money, and a lot of
Yeah.
money. I've got as we mentioned before, I live on a farm here in Southwest Virginia, but my father and me have an insurance agency that I've
Oh, okay.
yeah, so we've Dad's retired now, and I'm running the agency, and that's a handful. So trying to juggle it all at the same time.
Mike, that's
But
a lot. Now you're running a
uh,
company and you have a farm. Now, what kind of farm do you have? What kind of farm are you living on?
well, we're cattle farmers, but
Cattle farm. Okay.
yeah, but right now, and have horses and stuff too. But
Okay.
yeah, so
So you've got
that's
your
what we do.
hands full. You're doing the farming, you've got an insurance office, you have your music, you have different types of music, you're writing music, you've been in a band, you're doing all of these things. That's fantastic, Mike, honestly. Now I don't know, do you have a family or are you on your own, buddy?
Well, it's me and my wife. We've been together for like 25 years,
Oh, nice.
and
That's
yeah,
nice.
I got a
And she's
stepson.
obviously supportive of you.
Uh, she does her own thing, and I do my own thing. She's got a high powered job with the state of Virginia, and
Oh,
so she's independent, and I like that. We both we support each other, but I let her do her thing, and she lets me do my thing. So
very good.
yeah.
Now, Mike, if I asked you where you want to be 5 years from now, where would you be? What would you be doing?
Oh gosh, I mean, the ultimate goal is probably to. Well, I'll tell you this: when I was young, I always wanted to be successful in music, and I thought if I was successful in music, I would buy me a farm and build me a studio on it. So my dad, when I was in Nashville years ago, when I just got out of school and everything, he wanted me to come home and run the insurance agency. And my wife at that point, she was asking me to come back too. So I I went back and ran it. But again, my dad, I've got the farm now, and I've got the studio now. So now I'm working on the music thing. So it kind of come to me backwards, you know.
I get that. Well, you know what? And that's good when you're setting goals and they kind of, as you visualize it and it doesn't matter how it unfolds as long as it does unfold, right? That's the
E-
main thing,
e- exactly,
right?
exactly.
Now, Mike, if anyone wanted to get a hold of you today for any of their music or any of their projects that they have going, what's the best place to get a hold of you, Mike?
Gosh, again on social media, we're on Instagram, Matney
Okay.
Band. We're on Facebook. You can get me on Messenger. You can get me. The website, I think, even has a phone number on it, matney.rocks. So
Oh,
any way you want to reach out, we're easily accessible. I love talking to people, the social media thing. And
yeah,
I've actually got a guy that kind of helps me because it's got to be a little bit much. Jay, I think you've talked to Jay a little bit.
I have.
My guy, yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm hoping to have all of you guys on my show because you're all, doing your thing and you're out there and I like promoting people who are really trying hard, Mike.
Well, that's very. I appreciate that.
A hundred
Pe-
percent. You're a good guy and I know you got it in your heart and you're doing the best you can and that's all anyone can ask. And you're making the successes. You just need a little more time and you're going to be there, right?
Right. And success. People, it's how you measure your success. I mean, if you measure your success financially, or if you measure it from, you know, uh, for me, I'll tell you a quick story.
Go
When I
ahead.
One of the things that really stuck with me is my cousin told me one time. He said, when we were growing up, he said, we always looked at your dad. My dad had the insurance agency and stuff, and he said we always thought you guys had a little money, and we were always a little envious of that. He said my dad, on the other hand, always coached their baseball teams and was always there. Well, my dad was on the road quite a bit and wasn't there, and so he said I could tell. He said you that pat on the back for me. She done good. It means more to me than the financial success, if that makes any sense to you.
It
So
does.
I just want to be known for being a good craftsman, be good at what I do. So
Mike, that's a great story. Thank you. That's really what it's all about, right? It's what
right.
makes you happy inside and what makes you really want to move forward. Mike, you are such a nice person to talk to,
I
honestly.
don't know about that. Thank you.
You are. Now,
Thank
will you come back and talk to us again another time?
Absolutely.
Because we
S-
definitely
s-
want to see where you're going to be at. And boy, I wish you continued success. Okay, my friend?
Thank you, Teresa. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate you.
My pleasure. Honestly, it's my pleasure. You keep it up and you're going to be out there doing what you want to do. And to
Thank
everyone
you.
else, this is Teresa Aker from Success Diaries with Teresa Aker. You've been talking to Mike Matney. Mike, I'm going to have all your social media down here. If you could subscribe to his channels, we really appreciate that. And if you can subscribe to mine, I wish you all a great day. I look forward to talking to you very soon. Bye-bye now.